Welcome back from the break. It's Life and Style, and it's time for Books and Blogs. Today we're having a conversation with Bishop Welly Odendo, he of Life Pool Chapel. And this man has written incredible books, but we'll only discuss one today. Karibu sana to the program.
Asante, thank you
we
very
are
much.
at the Intercontinental Hotel.
Wow, imagine.
Wow, you've been here.
You should write books, guys.
For them to be invited.
For you to be at the Intercon.
Yeah, but congratulations on your book.
Thank you,
like,
you.
it's about time.
I thought so too.
Do you know how much wisdom you carry? That needed to be put in a book.
You know how much you've done for me today.
I haven't done anything for you. Dude, you are naturally, you are gifted. You speak so much substance and wealth, and it was about time that you put that in a book. Wow. It's that simple. So I'm happy that you're here.
Thank you.
And don't be modest about it.
Thank you. You know, I'm shy, so
you are shy.
a beautiful girl is telling you good things.
Oh, please. So tell me about this book, finally.
Well, it's out. It's my second of the others to come, but
yes.
This one focuses more on poverty eradication, and the pillar behind it is transformation. And we are not just focusing on what to do with your money. We're actually looking at poverty like a disease, the symptoms, because the lack of money is the result, is the symptom of something deeper. And so what I try to do is, like, I tried to look at the constellation of what I would say the poor people, and to study them as a species, and to see are there patterns amongst them that we can see, and from those patterns, can we help them so that they can be able to help themselves? Yeah. Because sometimes they find themselves heavily dependent either on the government or a loved one or a friend or on a group that is taking care of them in the community. But I believe that with this some 7 principles, it may give them a starting map to see, understand themselves, and be able to change them some things. Yeah.
Breaking the Back of Luck, that's the title.
That's the title.
Which you forgot to tell us.
The Back of Luck.
And
that's
you said it's your book number 2 out of a series you're doing?
Yeah, I'm doing a series.
So how do you release book number 2 before book number 1? Who does that? Okay,
I did book number 1 when I was very young, and maybe now when I look at the book, it may not be worth the
You're not as wise then.
Maybe I was not wiser. So I decided I wait a bit longer. Yeah. And, 2 things inspire an author, either events or experience. Okay. And so I have now gotten a bit of both. So I think I'm a bit mature.
You're ripe enough for this topic.
For the topic.
Yeah. One of the chapters in your book, which really is fascinating to me, is the eye.
Eye.
Yes. What has the eye got to do with breaking the back of luck?
Well, as you have seen, now you're privy enough to...
I've read the entire book.
What the eye does is that the eye organizes the world. Wealth is perceptual, and so is poverty. And so I say the eye minus money is equal to opportunity. It makes you not to recognize opportunity. But the I plus events, that is experience, creates opportunity. Wow. And so what I did is that, looking at how people become poor, I discovered it begins with not what they see, but how they see. They are made to be in a condition of seeing consistently something not working. And there sometimes they think that it's maybe their genius or their what, but it has got nothing to do with that. It has got everything to do with what we call perception, which organizes what? It organizes what we call the place. It organizes the person. It organizes the environment, that is where the person is, where the person wants to think about, and it also organizes the idea. So without the eye, you may have an idea, but you do not know how to place it in the right place with the skills that you have, with the people that you have, to convert it into a business. So it's like poverty is a disjointment of vision. And so that's just what it is all about.
So it's not about, I like what you said, it's not about what you see, but how you see it. So let's use the example of the glass, the famous. The famous is a glass half full, half empty. Another say there's water and there's a glass. so whether it's full or not, it's up to you. So those people want to run away from that. My issue here is, if I've grown up, say for example, in a poor background, however I was raised. So yes, and I've seen it's one of the quotes that you have from Bill Gates. He did not choose to be born poor, but you can determine whether you die rich.
Yes.
Fair enough. But if I was born in this situation or background or environment that, you know, has nothing to write home about, so to speak, how do I get out of it? Because usually people have the desire. Perhaps they, you know, they don't have finances for education. So, but people really want to break out of that. But it's the environment I'm in.
What you can do, you have to see yourself like a cell. You see how a cell is. And wealth and poverty like a virus. All of them need a host.
You had to go scientific. You needed to lose me.
We are at the intercom. It's like a host. So you must see that wealth and poverty require a host to exist. So the question is this: what can I do to make the virus find the right place? There are things in my environment that expose me to the virus of poverty. So the first thing I've got to do is to change what I'm exposing myself to. Because you may be limited in your circumstances and in the environment, but you are unlimited in what you can expose yourself to. Right now, almost every street corner, there's a hotspot place, there is a library, there are mentors, there are books, there are materials. So you must change what you're exposing yourself to, because whatever you expose yourself to, that is how viruses possess a body, not the other way around. Bodies don't possess the virus.
Are you a doctor? Are you in the medical field?
I try to look, I told you, experience and events.
Yes.
Before I was more event person, then I went through a lot of experiences.
Yes.
So now I can really try and marinate how best. So the problem is, many of us, we desire the money, but we're not changing our environment. If you look at the amount of NGOs that exist just to fight poverty, and there is still poverty.
A lot of them. How do you explain that?
Yeah, because poverty is not money.
Umeanza. Poverty is, it's a mindset?
Poverty is a condition.
It's a condition.
It has got a belief system, a thinking system, a choosing system, a seeing system.
Wow.
That complexes it further and further and further.
Yeah.
By the time it manifests in lack of money, the hidden causes of it are value system. That if I take 10,000 shillings and give Kate, and I take 10,000 shillings and give another poor guy, you'll find that what Kate will go and do 2 years later, not even 2 years, 2 weeks later, Kate will be saying, that thing man sorted me out. I went and did this and this and this. The other guy, from their choices, based on what they've been defined and how they've been crafted inside, you'll be surprised what they will do with it.
It sounds to me like the biblical story of the talents.
Yes. There are those who do not have the ability to multiply that which they get.
So how do they get that ability?
They are quiet. Well, multiplication begins with this. Number one, you must learn to be faithful. Now, this is the mistake most of us do. We mistake faithfulness with longevity. Faithfulness is not longevity, as much as it contains the word longevity. Faithfulness has got everything to do with fruitfulness. And fruitfulness comes from what? Agriculture, which is how you've cultured your soil. This soil here, if I take this soil and put a maize bean, and yet I take the same soil, cultivate it, put some nutrients, increase the soil before I bring the seed, this seed will produce a different yield from a soil that has not been cultivated. So faithfulness have got everything to do with how you've cultured your ground, how you've cultured your mind, so that by the time the money comes, it finds the ground so potent, it explodes.
Wow.
Poverty is tough.
Yeah.
Poverty is tough.
Yeah.
It's a condition.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I want people to get. Poverty is a condition, not a position. That means what? We can change your condition. But many of us want to change our position, not our condition. So you win the lottery, you go back into poverty 6 years later.
Right.
You win this because material things just increase your position, but they never change your condition.
So how do you explain, and I hope you're not digressing, but how do you explain this whole phenomena of, especially with the rising middle class, and let me talk about, you know, where we live, which is Nairobi, Kenya. How do you explain the rush or the desire, the need to acquire wealth just to show off? But yet you're living in debt. So does that mean that, you know, for those people, the mindset is about showing off, but the real story behind is that they still suffer from the poverty.
Yeah. I call it internal poverty.
Internal
Poverty. External poverty is the one you can experience. Oh, sina do, sina lunch, sina food. That's external, which has got physical effects. Internal poverty is motivated by the need for status. So you need things to prove you're rich. You need an Apple iPad to prove you're sophisticated. You need the latest phone. You need
Yet
the
you
car.
can't afford
Yet
it.
it's stressing you. It is not generating from you. It is not an acquisition from profit or an acquisition from a return. It's either a loan. So that means it's giving you the status, but straining your freedom. Wealth creators are about freedom, and that's what it's all about.
I see. In fact, that's what I was going to. Are you discerning me? You've put here the difference between the poor man's paradigm and the wealthy man's paradigm. And your first one is the wealthy work for financial freedom.
Yeah.
And then the poor work and seek to attain financial security.
Yeah.
So to be wealthy is all about freedom.
It's about freedom.
Freedom to do what, or freedom for what?
Freedom has got this component. If I'm financially free, that means I have created avenues that are generating for me. I don't need to work. The system is working for me. That's freedom. Kate has started this sugar company, put her energy in it. Now the sugar company is now producing something for her. The Mandazi line is producing something for her. So what Kate is doing is now administrating her financial avenues. But others are addicted into one role, and this is what is happening in the city, is that you ask somebody, you went to school to study this, then you come out and say, me, I'm now a lawyer, I'm looking for a job in the law field. But you can still run a hardware, you can still run a shop in the estate, you can still run a barber shop.
Right.
That's what freedom is all about. But you're thinking, how would a lawyer feel at it in a kakinyozi kamta? But that's what the rich, the wealthy work for. They work for freedom. They know very well, before I grow my low profile to represent a serious government or company, I need to work for years. But for me to start a shop in my estate, what do I need? Can get 100K pay rent for 2 months, get somebody from KCC, get somebody from this, try, fail, try again, it works, and then you begin working for freedom, growing your skills quickly, before you buy your Subaru. I
hear you. So you've defined for us a poor person. I need to hear a definition of a wealthy man.
Well, for me, I would say that a wealthy man is somebody who should he stop what I would say working today, or should events in his life happen, he is able to sustain his lifestyle for the next maybe 20 years.
Does it not have anything to do with mindset?
It has everything to do with mindset, because that means that he has grown himself, that he's not defined by how much he has. So for the next 20 years, he's so secure in who he has, the work he has done, that even should he stop working today, I lose my job as the CEO of whichever bank, I can still walk the streets of Nairobi with a peace of mind to tell guys, you know, now I'm in the matatu business. I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I'm abounding, because I don't need status to give me access.
And to define who you are, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not defined by what I have or own or what people say.
Yeah, I try, people say this about me. I can live above the confines of what I call my office identity that I've developed. And that's the leading reason why people who retire get depressed.
Let's talk about that.
They lose their office identity.
Even as you put sugar down for your strong espresso.
I've never tasted the espresso as strong as this.
Yeah, Mjuaji at Intercont.
Smoke may sleep and you're all white, many may drink. But they get depressed because they begin to feel that the respect I used to command, I no longer command it. And then slowly by slowly, the places I used to go after the office, now I cannot go, because I used to go to Intercon because I used to work in Tao. Now I've retired, I live somewhere in Kitengela side. So coming to Tao begins to be, what am I coming to do? Slowly by slowly you find that all the information you accrued was to improve you as a worker, not to improve you as a person. So when the work has been withdrawn, a part of you has been withdrawn. So you're wondering, so what will I be doing?
Who am I?
Who am I? So we invest so much in growing ourselves as workers, rather than not knowing that we are human beings. We should grow our being. And in the absence of our work, we still find a sense of existence and thriving and all that we do. So that's that's what leads to the depression that occurs post-retirement.
And you see, that's what I like about your book. Yeah.
And I think also, you see, we just hear that Nani made it, and even the people who made it, they can't tell you how they made it. Like ambiguous words like, work hard.
I know, right? 5 a.m. club.
Yeah,
This is on Instagram, 5 a.m. club. I woke up at 3.
I woke up at 3 with the stress I have, so you're thinking, so why am I not moving? Because success has not, sometimes, I found my challenge was this thing had not been given a scientific way for it to be repeated. So I would always see people say, work hard. So I'm thinking, if I wake up in the morning and stare at the ceiling,
what does that look like?
Is it working hard?
I know.
Am I better off asleep? I may catch a dream, maybe asleep. But
or
then you hear, or go in a trance, or you hear words like, believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, so this belief in myself, how do I
do? Yeah. How come it's not working? I believe I can.
Nimejichocha. Niko hapa hivi. So you're wondering, why is it not working?
Yeah.
Until I started looking deeper, and let me tell you, this book has been inspired by when I was in school, I did engineering,
right,
and then I did theory.
Hey, dude, medicine, engineering, astronaut.
Next time, ni palm reading now.
Shindwe.
In the name. I sat in a class, and there was this Junguga teacher who came and taught us.
So I think my expression, Jungu girl.
Jungu, yeah, she was good. So she came and brought animals, owls, rabbits, lions.
Wow.
In class? In class, dummies.
Oh, okay.
Dummies and lions. And so put them there and told all of us, go and pick something. So all of us picked something, like you, definitely would pick it up.
I'll pick a peacock or a parrot.
Then she discovered that the owl or the owl, since you're in Kenya, she's not here, I passed that exam, the owl, nobody picked it.
Of course, because I mean in Africa, that thing has, what do you call it, superstitious.
Even you, would you pick it? Even if you went home and told, today you did an exercise and I picked the owl, your parents will be like, so you want me to die? It's me you want to die. But we have those things about it. And then she picked it and said, why didn't you pick that one? And she said, if I did the same class in the US or in a white society, everybody would pick the owl. So I asked, so the question was, why do you think so? Is it because the owl is good or bad? And then she said this, in the US, the owl is the symbol of wisdom. To you, it's a symbol, it's an omen. It's a symbol of death, a symbol of depreciation. And for 2 weeks, she began now to take us through understanding the world. That culture is such a powerful thing. It can make you miss a good thing. You can be so cultured to be poor until you think, I woke up, I found my parents, this is how they work, this is how they... So you can be so cultured until when they bring the owl, you think, no.
It's evil.
This is evil.
Yeah.
And you go for something else. That began my journey.
Wow.
That began my journey.
Wow.
And from that day, it made me first of all see, I'm full of ambiguity. Everything I know about life is that way.
Yeah.
I was told the owl is this. Okay, who told us the owl had that? We found it like that.
Grandparents, whatever.
So until ukiona pale, we start chasing it. And then she said, in another place, that's a symbol of wisdom.
Wow.
So sometimes for us, it's like that.
Yeah.
We could be missing some symbols because of our culture.
Yeah.
And unless we remove the cultural glass and the cultural glasses, we cannot be able to see the power that is just surrounding us.
I get you. And I know we need to touch on this because, hey, you're a bishop. The body of Christ, the church. Because you've interspersed a lot of scripture in this book as well.
Yes.
So it's obviously going to speak to a lot of, Christians. Yes. And there's issues there because we believe that, when we go for overnight vigils, when you take trips to Israel, out to Egypt,
you rebuke, you put those verses
is this everything going on there? And,
under my feet.
And yet you're saying it's about principle, isn't it?
Yeah. It's about principle. I've touched on it kidogo when I did something small on what I call, many of us have been left with religion, not faith. And religion is practice without understanding. It's routine. Faith is belief coupled with understanding. You can't have... Faith liberates. Religion keeps you in circles. And poverty is a religion. By itself, it's a ritual. It's a way you wake up, you believe things are supposed to work. We explore aspects of God, of intervention. but we've not explored the aspects of God where he teaches, where he guides. We do not explore him as a thinker. We explore him as an intervener. He's
a
breaking
doer.
a curse.
Do this for me, do this
yeah,
for me.
like do this. But we've not explored the aspects of him where he is actually growing the person, the full person, because God is conversation. And for him to converse, he says, come, let us reason together. And if we remove reason from faith, then that faith collapses. It remains religion.
So what you're saying is we latch onto faith and we kill reasoning. We don't use our medullas.
Yeah, we don't even latch onto faith, we latch onto religion, hoping to find faith.
Come deep, Leo. Ni espresso.
Kahawa, nakwambia, Kate, kunywa hii espresso yako. When you're doing restaurant, it will be hot. But it's actually that. People latch onto religion, not faith. Because, so they find themselves doing things that they believe will lead to, but they do not belong and understand the person in whom they are doing and basing their actions to. So they find themselves, you just become blind instead of wide, because faith ought to give you eyes, not to take them away.
Can I tell you? We need to have a part 2 of this conversation. No, really. No, for real. No, today you're plugging in more than you did the last time. Like, I don't know this dude anymore.
Last time we were in the hood.
This one is too deep.
This is too
I wasn't
deep.
ready for you.
But what do you mean you
I
aren't
wasn't
ready
ready.
for me? You have consumed it and sent me back to...
No, but this is really good.
But it's true. I know you've been in these circles for so long, and you find people who, in their last attempt, they fall onto faith, to religion as the way out, not knowing it's faith is your way out. And faith is not what, in my understanding and in my experience, faith tells me I should be able to do the impossible. That means faith should liberate me to do.
Freedom.
Yeah. The impossible.
That word again, yeah.
It should not keep me in a cycle. And this is what religion does. Religion tells you you're here to appease God. So everything is being done to appease God. So you're consistently, maybe I'm in this condition because I've done this to God. So you're constantly in an appeasing mood. But faith on the other side is here to shift your attitude from self-reliance and to expand it to God-reliance, to the point that your mind and God's ability come together. And that's what faith does. Yeah. It takes your ability and connects it to God's ability, and you explode. But religion tells you God is so angry at you, Kate, for waking up at 3:30. And you are supposed to wake up to 2:30.
I know.
And now you are in guilt mode. And so you're never good enough to get. So religion tells you, get good, then God will give.
Then God will,
But faith tells you, no, no, no. God is already a giving being. What should I do? I should connect my ability to what He's giving.
And interest.
And just get into it.
Stop being works.
Stop being works. Just get in. But now you see me tell somebody that they're wondering, so how do I do it? And that's why you say, get the book.
Get the book. This is the point we say, get the dude is running this show. Dude has taken over. But and you know, yours is the first book I'm doing a forward for.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. You know, I told Kate to do the forward, and I know Kate is the details people. So we were even Kate is the details people, so when you tell her to do a forward, you're thinking, will I come back with a book about Anabia? This is a very good article. We will feature it on our standard, just as an article, pale chini.
No, it's a brilliant book. I said yes because, you know, for me it was actually such an honor that you asked. Because it's so intense, it's so deep. I told you, you're the Mike Murdoch of our times.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude has a thinking room. You just sit there and think. You're that guy.
I hope my mom is one. When you hear this, call my mom.
Yeah. So you're the Mike Murdoch of our times, and I was so honored when you asked, and I'm glad that, you know, I have. And it's a book that you need to get. I want to buy for, how many people do you think I should buy for?
I think you can buy 20 people.
No pressure.
This is you're endorsing it. You're saying I'm willing to put my money.
I am endorsing it. You're right.
My
Fine.
name,
Great. 20. 20 people.
My name and my money.
What do you
together.
want them to say? For them to have the opportunity to win it.
To win it.
Yeah. Let them know.
What they can do is they can tell me.
Tell them on camera.
Oh, I tell them on that camera. I think the best thing you can do now is to first of all hashtag KTN Life and Style, and then you say why should you be the person to get the book. Either you're starting a business, and so when you're calling for the book, tell us whether you're starting a business or you want to start a business and you want to break out of poverty. And Sister Kate will be lovely to help you get it.
Yes, absolutely. And for those who may not have the chance to win it, what you do, get it. It's a powerful book. And I'll have this gentleman come again on this program or any other, so you'll watch out for him, because I think there's still a lot more that he can share with us on breaking the back of lack. It's a book we need to read. And thank you for asking me to do the foreword. I could just fly on that one point alone. Oh my gosh, I've done a foreword. But thank you for that. And thank you for gracing our program today.
Thank you very
Should
much.
people need to buy the book, let them know how to find it.
Well, first of all, you can either email us at roadmapbooks@gmail.com.
You tell them on camera. Yes.
My books are called Roadmap. All of them.
Roadmap.
Roadmap.
Oh, Roadmap 2.
Yeah, Roadmap 2. The next one is called Fakes, Frauds and Fools, so we'll come back to talk about that one.
Yes.
But my books are, you can email us at roadmapbooks@gmail.com. And the telephone number, let me give me my phone. See, this guy is ready.
Give us, bring the phone. Just bring the phone. We won't edit it.
I don't edit it. I want to give you the number. Let me get the number. This is the number for the lady. She runs it, so it's 0726 008933. I keep missing this 0726. So it's 0726 008933. Her name is Judy, and she will be kind enough to help you get the book. Yeah.
Perfect.
And I'm glad that actually you've considered me to be on this program. I've always watched it and I've been thinking, when will I make the cut? I'm here.
Here you
and
are.
Finally, I'm here.
Substance
and
brought
not
you here.
just making the cut, getting a forward.
And I'm buying 20 books
And buying
for
20
viewers.
books. Whoa!
Yeah, you are so lucky. I've never done that.
We are switching off all our channels. Honey, we are now KTN only.
Oh my goodness. But thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
had
you.
so much fun. We will see you again, obviously.
Definitely.
Okay, so Bishop Wally Odendo's book, Breaking the Back of Luck. Get it. If you missed out on the contacts, find them on our social media pages. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, KTN Life and Style. We take a break. When we come back, we sample what the Intercontinental Hotel has for us. Don't go too far.